Oh yeah. What? Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you can hear me okay. Sorry, I got a late start. Still plugging this shit in. There you go. Cool. So this last night on my other channel, it was pretty good. It's long. I had a little too much wine, but call it the Drunken Monologues, right? What's up, guys? So I'm assuming you can hear me, right? Yeah, Shady. That's it's been it's been rescheduled, but I don't have an exact date. Sometime after the holidays, basically. So I'm hoping it's going to be January or February. I'm hoping it's going to be January, but it might not be till February. But that's the impression they gave me. Sub ZEP. That's cool. You guys bring any drinks? Did I? Yeah, I did. Let me get this out of here. Sorry, I'm fucking with this technical thing. So I'm recording the screen because I don't like the quality of the YouTube shit, you know? So we'll see. Oh well. Have to work. It's cool. I brought this tonight. What? There we go. Oh, you guys like wine? Apparently they want to talk about my LSD experiences, but it was mainly my DMT thing that caught the attention, and about how psychedelics affect your philosophical or spiritual outlook. That's basically what I got out of it. You see, you can hail Satan. Yeah, that's basically what I got out of it. But I don't really know. There's not a script or anything. That's just loosely what they want to talk to me about. They asked me some questions, and that's kind of the questions we're going around that. So, which is cool. That's exactly what I would expect to talk about on that show. So, yeah. So but yeah. I mean, it's. I really don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that the one video that caught their attention was the my long video. I'm going to redo that video because it's way too long. It's called my experiences with DMT ACO4, something like that. I'm going to redo it because it's really long. I'm going to shorten it to like 5 minutes. But I was trying to go into a lot of detail about it, but I'm basically just rambling. When I looked at it, I was just like repeating myself. So, that's the one that caught their attention, and then they realized by looking at some other shit, like, oh, you're the 30th of LSD guy too? Shit. So that had something to do with it, apparently. But the DMT thing is what they're wanting to know about. I'd love to open a sushi restaurant. It's possible. Sushi's kind of, if I'm going to do it, it's not going to be in California, though. It's just too expensive out here, and sushi bar in every corner. So it's like, it's too competitive. I mean, if I were to do it, I'd probably like try to go somewhere, believe it or not, like in the South, like somewhere where there's not a lot of sushi bars, but still a major city. Like maybe like, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to explore because I haven't really been to the South that much. Hardly ever. I mean, like just a handful of times, and I would never like to look around for property or businesses. Has always just been like passing through or visiting somebody. All right, this wine's pretty good actually. It's a Pinot Noir. It's made in Monterey, California, aged 3 months in oak barrels. They hint of black raspberry and spices. I'm liquor rep. This is where I got this wine. So I memorized this shit. This is what I did today. No, at the Church of Satan, I didn't meet anybody. I mean, I met one dude. And he was like the first guy I met, and he was just kind of like this pompous, arrogant, like wannabe Glenn Danzig guy. He's really fucking annoying, basically. I didn't like him. I hung out with him once. I was really young though. I was like 19 when I met this cat. Yeah, I met a couple other people. See, I've met a lot more people now that I'm on YouTube and stuff. Like a lot of people, Church Same people are, but before the internet, I'm talking about before the internet, they didn't actually give me any contact. They gave me some contact information, but it was like 1 or 2 phone numbers. So no, the answer is no. Just in short form, it's no, I don't. I didn't really hang out with anybody. Now that I'm online though and stuff, I've talked to several people. I know some of the administration, I know some other people, and of course, a lot of people are my friends. So it's like, did I skate? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not like I didn't skate ramps and stuff like that, but I skated. I mean, I just street skated. Did probably up until my 30s actually. Not Xena. I met Carla in person. Not Xena though. Yeah, she's really cool. Looks a lot like Anton too. Actually, she's short, thin. For being in her 60s, she's pretty cute. BMX. Oh, BMX bikes. Yeah. Again, I didn't ride like professionally or anything like that. But yeah, of course, man. I didn't have a car. Like, well, that's not true. I did have cars, but yeah, yeah. Basically, when I got to school, that's what I did. Is I either skated or I rode the bus. I'm sorry, I rode my bike. But I mean, I'm nothing special. I mean, I do simple street tricks and stuff like that. I surfed a lot too. But I was just mediocre at all that stuff. But I mainly use it for transportation, and then if I could grind a kickflip or something like that, or ollie up something or ollie down some stairs, I would sometimes. But it wasn't. I didn't make a show of it because too many of my friends got hurt, and I didn't want to get hurt, so got out of that. But it was fun. Now I'm just. I mean, I last time I tried to surf was fucking I don't know, a few years ago, 4 years ago, and I can still do it. It's just as you get older, it's like and also I've been smoking for 30 years, so it's like I can get out there, no problem, but I get winded pretty fast, and I don't really want to be winded while you're out in the water. It's one thing if I get winded riding a skateboard, I'll stop and take a break, but it's not like I have to pull over or anything and huff. I mean, I could still run a mile and just not as fast as I used to, and I'll probably feel like I'm going to die afterwards. But it's just you get older, you get lazy. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got this screen recorder on because when this records on YouTube, it's shit. Like when the playback is quality. What I'm looking at right now is crystal clear. And if I can record the screen capture, it should be crystal clear, and I'll repost it because it pisses me off. You'll see the difference when I do this. If I do it correctly, anyway. I'm trying to. I do not play games, man. I did. Worst stroke I ever done. That's hard. That's hard. I'd say probably. I don't know. That's a hard call. Oh, you know what? Probably as far as when you think of drugs, I'm not talking about over the counter shit. The DMX or DXM, the Robitussin and shit, that's pretty bad. Dramamine's pretty bad too. Fuck you up, but I think probably nightshade, or it's called Jimson weed, is another word for it. The devil's thorn or devil's leaf, something like that. Yeah, it's basically the Jimson weed is what it's called out here, but it grows wild out here. That's some gnarly shit, and it's never doing that again. I did it once when I was a teenager, and I didn't do as much. And I remember the effects were like being paralyzed. I didn't really have any hallucinations, but I remember being paralyzed. Like it's really hard to move. So I did it recently again, like maybe 3 months ago. And I didn't remember how much to make, but I made a really thick concentration of the leaves. I boiled it down into a tea, and then I drank the water. And I read online like how much to drink, but you don't know how potent it is, right? So it's not like it's ground coffee where you can dose it out. I drank some and I waited half an hour and I drank another one. And then it's like when it kicked in, I could barely walk. Like I had to have my friend like push me onto the bed. And when I was trying to drink water because I didn't know how bad it dehydrates you. It dehydrates you like that, like instantly. Like your mouth, you could barely talk because it's all dry and stuff. And I could barely pick up the cup to drink it. But I didn't feel stoned. It was weird. But I mean, it doesn't really get you stoned. It's a weird, they call it nightshade, right? And I think it's because back in the day, women used to poison men with it. Because it's a tea, it's bitter, it's just nasty. But if you boil the leaves, make a tea out of it, if you were to put honey and sugar in there, you could pass that off as a tea. And if you drink a cup of that, like a woman would give it to a guy or a husband or something, tell you what, you'd be fucked. Like you'd be totally defenseless. Like I could barely pick up my cup. Like so, if a woman wanted to if I was my wife wanted to kill me, right? That'd be the way to do it. Fucking give him some nightshade when he fucking can't move, then you whip the shit out of him. Because I couldn't move for like an hour. It was bad. Fuck that shit. Mike Kemp. I don't. Question, ever tried crack? Yeah, I've tried crack a couple times. Not my thing. Crack isn't very popular anymore, but no, I've tried it. Probably maybe 10 years ago or so. I tried it. I mean, it actually is a really cool high for about 10 minutes. That's it. So, it's expensive. it's not worth it. I mean, I would rather, if I was going to do cocaine, I would just do powder cocaine, do lines. Plus, that's also kind of a preference. So that's usually how most people do it. I don't know. I think anyway. Hello, Gronob the troll. Oh no, trolls in the room. Oh, we're gonna go to that chat room again. Yeah, either that chat room or somebody's supposed to come in here with the Hangouts, or if anybody wants to set up a Google Hangouts and then drop the link afterwards, or like even now, everybody can copy and paste it and we can jam over there. I was gonna do that, but I ran behind and I had problems setting up the screen recorder, which it is right now. I believe it's recording. Yeah, so I kind of didn't get around to the Google Hangouts, but yeah, it's like last night. What we did, guys, what he's talking about is after this is over, everybody wants to go like move to like a Google Hangouts where everybody can get back in a chat room, and then everybody has the option of camming up, or if you want, you can just use your microphone if you want to cam up, so that it's not just it's more interactive. So it's kind of, we move off this platform onto one where everybody can get involved a little better. But it's up to you guys. I do have merch. Well, this is obviously that's from my network. I sell a lot of shirts. There's another one. I mean, they're not all pentagrams and bat, but I sell other stuff too. Like, well, I sell some merch. It's mainly t-shirts, but this is a Cthulhu one. So it's not all like stuff that will get you kicked out of town. This is one I designed. There's other stuff that are like more memes and stuff, some funny ones. Yeah, it's on I'll type in the address for you. It's called Satanic Fashions. So I'll type it in. There it is. Yeah, if you go there, that's my store. It's a work in progress, but I actually just made a shirt. I wasn't gonna make a shirt because I've had the shirt company for a couple of years. People were like, "When are you gonna make a 30 hits of LSD shirt?" And I was like, it was just too cheesy. It's like, because it's just like, make a fucking shirt with my face on it. That's fucking retarded, right? But then like enough people asked me, and I was like, when the 10th anniversary of the video came out, which was this year, right, 2019, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll just do it. I'll throw it up there for the 10th anniversary. Bam. So I'm working on some shirts. There's a few of them up there right now. The better one's going to be, I'd wait for a few days because I'll have the other one ready. That's better because I buy them and I look at them, right, to see. And I mean, they're decent, but I did the art a lot better on them. So they're in there somewhere. If you go to the site and you were typing, say, 30 hits of LSD, then the search bar on that website, it'll pop up the shirts. Boom, 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 boom. So it's because it's a novelty thing. I'll actually wear one once in a while just so people trip out. Like if I go to the grocery store and my face is on my shirt, that'll be worth doing. Just that's worth buying it right there. I think they're like, I don't know, $18 or something. Yeah, there's a lot of merch. It's a lot of satanic thing, but it's not all though. There's some not really any drug ones though, except for that 30 hits of LSD. But other than that, yeah, you'll see. There's a lot of stuff on it. It's not just about Satanism or whatever. It's not. Most of it is, but not all of it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Jimson, we fuck that stuff, man. I mean, I want to do it again. It's an interesting feeling because I've never been paralyzed before. I mean, I've done heroin. That's the only other time I've been paralyzed. Is I did too much heroin once, and boy, I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand up. We had to stand up and leave, but I couldn't. And my friends had to carry me. That was pretty scary too. But that was the last time I did heroin. I've only done heroin like maybe 3 or 4 times, but in my life. And yeah, I try to avoid needles. I don't like needles to begin with too. That's how people kill themselves. I mean, you're not going to die. You probably not. It'll be next to impossible to kill yourself on almost any drug. Some exceptions like pills and alcohol, but unless you're shooting it, that's the one way people kill themselves, and it fucks you up a lot worse. Like like if you do like I'm sure you guys, if you live in a major city, you see those like meth heads walking around, got sores on them and shit, and they're missing their teeth and fucking picking through the trash can and stealing bicycles and don't talking to themselves. Those are people that shoot meth. That's what happens. You shoot any drugs like that, it will give you smoke it or snort it, whatever it is. Same with cocaine or heroin. I mean, if you smoke or snort, whatever, it filters through a lot of the shit that is that will make your teeth fall out and have sores on you. As you see, I mean, I've done a lot of drugs and I've never looked like that, and I never will. So. Like the thing with like people like getting sores and stuff on them. I don't know what that's about. I don't know that. I think it starts with people pick at themselves maybe, or maybe it's a hygiene issue because I know the teeth thing is just because when you're fucked up on drugs, you tend not to eat, tend not to take care of yourself, tend not to brush your fucking teeth. The drugs itself don't like make your teeth fall out. It's the it's not even it's being malnourished, but it's you just shooting up is the worst. That's what I know. Because I know a lot of people who've done a lot of drugs, even more than me, and a lot older than me. And you never know. I mean, maybe they look a little older than their age, but who knows? A lot of people look older than their age anyway for no reason, or they've spent too much time in the sun. DMT? Oh yeah, absolutely. That's we were just talking about that. I'm trying to read here. Have you ever met Hexed? Um, I've had people claim to have cursed me and shit like that. Is that if that's what you mean? Yeah. But and the fucked up part about that shit is eventually they're gonna be right? Eventually something bad's gonna happen to me, right? Eventually I'm gonna get into a car accident. Eventually, I'm gonna get fired from my job, or eventually I'm gonna die. And they're gonna be like, see, yes, I told you, I got you. It's like, no, motherfucker, life got me. Like, I'm gonna fucking die, or I've been smoking for 30 fucking years. I'm probably gonna get cancer, I mean, and all these people who curse me be like, mine's fucking worked on you. No, you're a fucking idiot. Go back to bed. Mind of witchcraft. I mean, I've studied it. I've studied all kinds of left hand path stuff, but witchcraft specifically, I mean, I'm familiar with it. Do I practice greater rituals, stuff like that? I have in the past, but I don't really practice anymore. I don't really put a lot of faith in it. I mean, other than a subconscious thing where it might help you, get the motivation and the will, or even possibly on a subconscious level, if you believe that it's effective, that maybe you will change certain aspects of your personality or patterns in your behavior that you're unaware of that may help whatever you're trying to accomplish come to fruition better or faster. Psychodrama. So it's a form of therapy, but some people swear by it, but I don't. I don't buy into it. And the reason why is because if magic and that shit was real, like even these people on YouTube, I talked about this last night too, who were like trying to sell stuff and convince you that they're like some magician, or like, sell magic potions and know how to rituals and magic charms and shit. And these people were really fucking, if it was real and they were really effective, why the fuck are they selling stupid shit on YouTube like this, like t-shirts? I sell this shit because it helps me pay for my network, and it helps me pay for everything. Buy me this nice microphone that we're listening to. It subsidizes my expenses to do what I do. These people are selling shit. It's like, why are you selling shit if you just do a ritual and, abracadabra, bam, you have a lot of money? Don't know. Because it's bullshit. That's why. I think the extraterrestrials are already here. I think they've been here for quite some time, if they even left to begin with. I think it's possible that they never left, and we could perceive them from being somewhere else. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I mean, I'm fully convinced. I believe in extraterrestrials. I was a witness to the Phoenix Lights. Don't know what I don't know what it was, but I know what it wasn't. It wasn't flares, and it wasn't aircraft. It wasn't. If it was an aircraft, it was a craft of some sorts. The lights were connected. You could see it during certain parts of the city where the pollution or whatever, when it passes through certain parts, you could tell it was an actual craft. The lights was connected to their individual lights, and it was the size of like. It's hard to say because I'm not a pilot. It's hard to judge the what do you call it? It's hard to judge the size of something when it's in the air because you don't know how high it is up, right, or how far away it is, and that will change its size, right? But I could roughly tell. I mean, just by looking up all the time, the thing was like fucking 100 times bigger than any aircraft I've ever seen. So we don't have the ability to put something that heavy up in the air. You guys have heard how fast or how loud jet airplanes are. Even a regular airplane. Listen to how loud that fucking thing is, right? If that thing was 100 times as loud, that would make some noise. It'd be like earth-shaking noise. At least with our technology, right? With our mechanical combustion engines and shit. So whatever this was not using that type of engineering. So could have been humans. If it was humans, it's something that we're not even aware of, and it doesn't make sense that we'd fly something like that over the fucking city. Makes no sense. If you're gonna do that, you should do it in Area 51, right? That's why you can't go within 100 miles from that fucking place. Oh, right on. Thanks. You like that mug? I got the mug because that was one thing I was gonna buy. Somebody requested it. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I got the shirts. Like check back in like a few days. Because I'll have the best stuff I'm still working on. I was kind of in a rush to throw it up by a timeline, but then now it's like the timeline's over. Now I have the time to kind of that shit's up there, and yeah, it's kind of a fun thing. So anybody want to set up a what's up, Blood Raven? Was anybody want to set up a Hangouts or anything? Google Hangouts. Anybody have one? You want to drop a link? Oh, a simulation. I don't know what that is. Telepathic shit. Third eye. I've never. No, I mean I know people that think they can read futures or think they can remote viewing. Remote viewing is interesting. My buddy, a good friend of mine. He practices remote viewing and he's come back with some interesting things. Don't know, if they're true. I mean, he believes they're true, so I don't know. What's up, C-Max? Granddad Freeman. I don't think it's hollow like an egg, no. But I think that they're definitely, we don't really understand what's below us because there's we don't have the technology to get down there. Sonic radar, all that shit. A lot of it's speculative. I don't think it's hollow, but I don't think it's yeah. I think there are pockets, deep canyons and pockets that we're unaware of, which people's creatures just like the sea. They say that we've only explored 5% of the sea. That's not a lot, so we're only basically understanding the animals that we see and the creatures and stuff are on the surface. We don't have the ability to explore deep sea, which ironically is where the first life would have evolved, from the center outward. So if there is old shit, it's going to be down towards the bottom. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm reading here. I don't know. Yeah, it's the whole thing with magic and stuff. I mean, yeah, I've never positive proof on it. That you can't say isn't coincidental or whatever. I mean, again, if people are real magicians and they can actually produce real results, first start with themselves and improving their lives. If they could produce results to destroy people or make somebody love you or become wealthy, then there'd be a lot of dead people around and there'd be a lot of sexy women hanging out with this one dude and he'd have a lot of fucking money. And everybody that I know who claims they can doesn't have any of that. So because seriously, if I could practice magic, if I could do rituals and they would work, I'd be like, one, you'd be a stack of money about this high right here, right? Two, it'd be like 3 or 4 fucking penthouse babes hanging out right here, right? Bam. And I'm all by myself. No, I got wine. So anybody else drinking tonight? Just me? This is a retails for $28 on sale. It's like low $30 bottle of wine. I don't drink a lot of wine, but when it's free, bet you will. I did notice this though, since I've been drinking more expensive wine. Cheap shit you get like in boxes or like Walmart wine, which is what I drink usually if I drink wine, because I'm not a big wine guy, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on it. I noticed that it'll make me flush. It'll make me pink. More so, well, all wine will. For some reason, wine does it, especially reds. But I get a worse hangover off of cheap wine. This expensive wine, I drank a whole bottle this last night, and it's like premium. Well, not premium, like it's quality wine though, and I woke up fine. Better booze, less hangover. You have an exam in 2 days? You can't drink? Must be an important fucking exam. It's hard to say about the long-term effects because I know there's a lot of rumors about LSD. There's a lot of rumors about a lot of drugs. Would you be smarter? Did you hurt your brain right away? I mean, I didn't notice anything right away. I don't have flashbacks. Not on LSD. The DMT gave me flashbacks though for about 3 months. It was the AC04 DMT, but I'll get that later. The LSD. No, I mean it took me about 2 weeks before I felt right though. Like I felt a little off for about 2 weeks. So I, obviously was done too much, but I was high for like almost 3 days. So, but it usually, if you take LSD, it usually takes about 5 days before you're like, all the completely no effects wore off. So it took about 2 weeks, but I didn't notice anything. I mean, but it's hard to say because it's all subjective. And if you hurt parts of your brain, other parts will kind of assimilate and fix it and to try to compensate. So it's really hard to say, and I wouldn't be one to know. Nobody around me said that they noticed anything differently. As far as now, I mean that happened 20 years ago. The video is 10 years old. So now, 20 years later, from that time, with the amount of drugs that I've done, which is a lot, right? That was just starting off back then, really. So it's like, have they done any permanent damage? I'm sure they have. Is it noticeable? It's hard to say because you don't know me other than how you see me now. What would I have been like if I never did drugs? Who knows? I don't know. It's it's one of those questions you really can't answer. I mean, they know it kills brain cells, but so does smoking cigarettes, so does drinking, so does eating certain foods. I mean, who knows? Can't say. I'm sure that the drug use just in general has probably shaved years out of my life. I'm probably lost a few IQ points, but a lot of that comes down to genes. It really does. Because I see some people that have done a fraction of the drugs that I have and are just fucking wasted. Age really fast, falling apart physically, mentally, they're just not there. It's just like, and I've known these people, like went to high school with these people, right? So I knew what they were like before drugs. And then I meet them again, like 10 years later. I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to say anything. I'm like, fuck. But then again, I don't know exactly what kind of drugs they're doing. But yeah, I mean, then there are people like me who've done a shitload of drugs. And I mean, I might be a little worse for wear, but I'm also 43. I'm not fucking in my 20s anymore. I don't think I look like, if you saw me in the street, you probably partied a lot. I mean, maybe. I don't think so. Forcio DMT was interesting. It was more like shrooms. Like it's different than the regular DMT I've tried, the plant derivative. And I also tried the reptile one a long time ago though. But don't ever do that though. By the way. The plant one's fine. This is a powder. It's powder. It looks like Coke. It's just like white powder. Snorted it, and it had the same, almost identical effects of mushrooms. And if you read on it, it's only like just a small molecule different. They altered from psilocybin or whatever it's called, and mushrooms. So it's basically mushrooms, but it's technically DMT. I don't know why. I don't understand. I'm not a chemist, but I snorted it, and I just did a line. So he said, my friends, like, do not do cocaine size lines. You'll regret it. So I did half cocaine line. He's like, do a little bump off the end of your key, like like the size of a red match. The red head on the end of a match. And I did. I waited, didn't feel anything, so I did like 4 times that. Then I felt it right away. I was like, fuck, I did too much. But it was cool because it's like kind of like mushrooms, but unlike mushrooms, it take a while to kick in, and then you peak, and then they kind of gradually kind of fade out. Unlike, pretty similar to LSD like that. Unlike that, the DMT, maybe because it's powder form, as soon as I did it, within a matter of minutes, it's like boom, ramped right up to peaking. Right, and I was like, whoa, and then it holds the peak, but then it doesn't really taper off. It's like it comes down pretty fast. And that might just be how you do it, because that's kind of like how cocaine is. Do cocaine up, and then it doesn't really taper off. It might just be going up the nose. That's how it happens. Don't know, but but it was cool. It was fucking awesome. I mean, I started meditating on it because I realized that this is something that I can kind of control, because it doesn't last as long. Well, when you smoke DMT, it doesn't last for long either, but I felt like I could control it better than eating a bunch of mushrooms, because once you eat it, you can't like stop. Really, it's done. With the DMT, you just pick at it, and it only lasts like an hour or two, and then it comes down. So I could kind of dose myself, and when I started too much, I'd stop. And so I did some meditation and stuff on it to try to that's ultimately what psychedelics is supposed to be, is kind of spiritual guidance, and open your mind to philosophical perspectives, alternative ways of looking at things. So I tried to get deeper into that, and I did. I'm not going to go into that video because that's a 30-minute video. I mean, the video's on my YouTube. It's called something like that. You'll see it. The title has DMT in it, and it's like 30 minutes long. So if you look at the times, you'll see that's the one. There's a few of them, but that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I got in touch with something. What I felt is not God, but like the microcosm of the universe. Got past my fear and anxiety of like meditating to where I was like almost not breathing anymore. I was having to like tell myself to breathe. My heart was beating really slow. This isn't the drug though. This is me meditating. I've been able to do this sober too. Only after this though. It takes a lot longer though, and it's not nearly as deep. But I just felt something that was there, but didn't. I basically, in a nutshell, without going way into it, because if I can talk about it in 30 minutes for a video, I could definitely answer your questions a lot longer. It's just that I basically felt what I got in touch with felt like the microcosm. I call it it. It's a force, but it's not a god. It's not a devil. It's not conscious. It just is, and it's basically responsible for everything. It basically is the universe, but it's indifferent towards us. And it kind of left me with a bad feeling of being isolated. But I mean, I'm from the atheist school of thought anyway. I don't really think there's gods and devils, at least not how we perceive them or how we've written about them. I just don't think we have the ability to comprehend what they actually are. So that was it. I mean, I'll go into the video is much more detailed, but it was interesting. I'd do it again, but I'm going to wait a while. Oh, the flashbacks on that though. See, I did that for somebody gave it to me. Ironically, somebody gave me that. I was at a bar, the same bar that I always hang out with because it's close to my house. I can walk home. And some dude came in and sat next to me. And, he was kind of looking over me kind of weird. And it's a bar. Some people would like that. Some people are drunks. Plus, I live in like the gay mecca of Southern California. So it's not uncommon if you're at a bar, even though the bar I go to is not specifically a gay bar. This is has the second highest LGBT community in the country. Second is where I live. So it's not uncommon for a dude to sit next to you and kind of look at you weird. It's, you're just used to that in this area. Well, I was like, what's up? And he's like, you're that dude. I'm like, what dude? He's like, you're the guy from YouTube. I'm like, oh, that happens. That's happened maybe a dozen times, but at a bar, I'm always a little awkward because it's like the LSD video is one video, right? I got 500 videos. What happened if he's referring to something else and he doesn't, whatever, I mean, so I don't know what he's going to punch me in the face. I don't know. Anyway, he's like, hey, I love it. And it was the 30th of LSD. He's like, I love it. Love your video, man. I've been following you for like 8 years, man. Fucking, he's a younger guy. He's like, I started watching shit when I was high school. Right on, man. He's like, can I buy you a beer? I'm like, absolutely. You can buy me 2 if you want. And he did. And we just sat there and shot the shit. And then he's like, hey, we ever try DMT? And I talked about it. I was like, yeah. He's like, I got this. And he's like, hold on a second. And he went to his card and got it and gave it to me. Like, try this. And he's the one that told me only do a little bit. So right on. And I never saw him again. But I sat on that fucking DMT for like almost a year because some dude at a bar who says he likes your YouTube videos and recognizes you, right? Gives you a bag of white powder, disappears. That could be fucking rat poisoning, right? fucking kill my ass, right? But one night I got adventurous and I did it, and it was what he said it was. Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, I had flashbacks, so I did it like every other day for like 2 weeks. When I stopped doing it, I had flashbacks for 3 months, but they weren't bad. It wasn't like a bad trip. Like people think of flashbacks, think of bad. All it did is it started to make me feel like I was on it again, but not nearly as intensely, but physically, like my body would become like real sensitive to stuff and like kind of like a warm flush. I'd start to see tracers and like the colors start getting brighter and stuff. I started to feel like a little punch drunk, like on acid a little bit, like when you're coming off of acid. It was like, whoa, but it would go away within like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It was annoying though when I had to work because the first couple of times I didn't quite get what was happening. And I had to like sit down, I'm like, fuck. And then after a while, I'm like, it's kind of refreshing. It was kind of cool. It's kind of like, when you get like an erection for no reason, you're just like sitting there minding your own business. And I was like, what? It's kind of like that, but with DMT. Magic truffles, never had those. I don't know what those are, if they're shrooms or not. Done PCP? I've never done PCP. That's the one of the few drugs that I have not done. It's about the only drug that I've never done. I think that might be it, man. That might be it. Okay, I'm going to catch up on these comments here real quick. Cryptocurrency, man, I don't know enough about it. I really don't. I really don't have an opinion on it. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but not enough to actually comment on it. Let's see. Gaming, last game system I owned was a Nintendo GameCube. That's how long it's been since I was been playing games. I got mad at fucking Harvest Moon, I think it was, because my girlfriend and my fiance at the time, and I sat there and played it for a week. I didn't go to work, neither did she, because we insisted we were going to beat it. And then when we got to the point where it should have ended, it started over. It just loops. And I fucking threw that fucking thing in the trash can. Yeah, PCP, never tried it. You know what? I probably would, but it's never come around. mean, you hear horror stories about it, but you know, I'm sure if you do enough of it, it can get bad. But just kids, what's up, Steve? Yeah, I did. There's a lot of fake shit going around, but you know what? There's always been fake shit going around. Even when I was a kid, people used to sell bags of oregano and fucking cut up squares of card stock and sell it as acid. I mean, it's back when I was doing meth, like when I first tried it a long time ago, like 15 years ago. Remember once somebody sold me a bag and it was like bath salts. Luckily, I knew what I mean. I could tell the difference. I think I took one hit of it and I was like, no. So I mean, people are fucking dicks. I mean, some of that shit will kill you. I mean, that's another good reason not to shoot up is because you know if somebody fucks that shit. You know, at least when you smoke, like, I knew right away after one hit. I was like, no, I don't know what this is, but it's not fucking what it should be. You know, you shoot that shit up, it's too late. So, good, Andrew. What's up, man? Yeah, fuck Harvestman, man. I actually would like to play it again. I actually saw it on the computer and I was like, you know, fuck this game. I played like 10 minutes, refresh my memory. I was like, no. Ecstasy is pretty fucking cool. Although it's hard to find good ecstasy. I've only done what I consider real MDMA one time. And I've tried to do MDMA ecstasy. I probably tried it 20 or 30 times. One time did I get what I would consider to be real. It was fucking badass. The other shit is like, feels like kind of like meth and like acid. It feels like a combination of meth and acid and maybe like a tranquilizer. It's a weird feeling. I mean, it's cool, but the other MDMA I did was significantly stronger in the physical effects. The visuals were there too, but I mean, yeah, I mean, every fucking hair in your body was sensitive. It was really cool. Whereas the shit that I've gotten the last 10 years, even people who swear it's the real thing, not what I tried. I try not to. I don't know, man. Yeah, basically, it's hard to say because you know you have like great revelations when you're under the influence of psychedelics. Great, but hardly ever does anybody write them down. Hardly ever does anybody remember them either. At least not in the clarity that you had them, right? But yeah, I tripped out on animals, man. I remember I used to shroom and trip the fuck out of my cat, and somehow my cat knew I was fucked up too. Like I'm not being paranoid, like I think it was so used to me being drunk, I didn't care. Like I mean, he didn't act any different. But when I was on shrooms, it acted weird. And I know you could think maybe it was my perception, and maybe it was. I'm sure it was both. But my cat was just it was just acting weird. But like when I would touch him and like think of him, and then you start like getting really introspective about how you're actually the same as that cat because we're both animals, right? Feel his heart beating, feel him breathing, right? You know, you can see when he's pissed off, and yeah, you start really understanding the fact that we are really animals. You know, we might be smarter, might have more shit, more troubles, but we're essentially the same fucking thing. And at the end of the day, we fuck, we eat, we sleep, we shit, we piss, we die. That's it. Even if you have an Xbox. Never really got into Special K either. I don't think I've ever had any. Um, it's I'd like to. I'm that kind of guy where I'll try anything once. I will. I mean, I never thought I'd ever shoot heroin until I was like, you know, I'm that type of guy where it's like, even though I'm afraid of needles, I was like, you know what, my friends did it. And it wasn't peer pressure. They weren't pressure, man. But I'm like, I'm thinking my friends did it. They're here. They're not dead. I can probably handle this too. So, but you know, I'm glad I did it because now I never wonder what it's like. I know, and it's an interesting experience. I like to. I'm more of an upper guy, or I like to go sideways. When I mean sideways, like psychedelics. Downers, except they're benzos. Benzos are fucking awesome. I love benzos, but heroin, not a big fan. That and I know it's way addictive. I mean, not that meth isn't, or not that cocaine isn't, but I think it's a lot. I think heroin's probably worse. When you quit meth and cocaine, it's like is it addicting? Yeah, but it's I don't think it's like heroin. Heroin's like a more of a physical addiction to the opiate addiction, which is one of the worst you can get. So with benzos. Benzos are really bad too. Benzos and alcohol are the two things that will kill you. That can kill you when you detox. When you quit, like when I quit drinking, I'm drinking now, but when I was really bad, I mean I don't drink as much anymore, but so I won't get back to that point. But yeah, I mean I had like 3 seizures, crashed 2 cars. It was because I was go detoxing and my body was freaking out. I had, you know, I mean that's how people die is they have seizures or strokes or something. was lucky. But pills, benzos will do the same thing to you as alcohol, but heroin will make you feel like you want to die. I've watched people detox from heroin. Not pretty. I had one guy who we were party guys, and fortunately he's dead now from heroin overdose. This was back in mid 2000s. Called me up once and he's like, him and I partied a lot, but I never got into heroin. Mainly did smoked weed, did psychedelics, did meth, cocaine, basically everything. Basically, he called me. I was like, dude, I need you to come over. I said, all right. So I did. And he's like, comes over and puts a big old bag of meth on the table. I was like, it's like, I need you to stay here. I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, let's go. He's like, nope. He's like, you're gonna go. I need you to stay here. I'm gonna detox. You need to stay here for 4 days. I'm like, 4 fucking days, bro. He's like, yeah, 4 days. You're not leaving here. I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's like, nothing. I want you to bring me water when I ask for it. I'm like, oh, so I'm gonna be your butler? Fuck you. And he's like, no, man. He's like, I want you to be here to make sure in case I lose my shit. I'm like, all right. So, enough meth to fucking keep 3 people high for 4 days. So I stayed there and played on his fucking computer and his games and shit and fucked around in his car and watched him go through fucking hell. But he got out of it. Barely. Then he went back in and died. A small world on YouTube. Let me catch up here. What benzos, if you guys are into benzos, like any of them, if you take them with alcohol, you black out. You will literally, if you want to know what a blackout is, eat like 2 or 3 milligrams of Xanax and drink up that bottle of wine. You won't even have any idea what you did. People, why did you do this? You'll wake like really black out. Like I know people use that as an excuse, like, oh, I got drunk, I don't remember. Bullshit. You usually remember if you think about it hard enough when you're on alcohol. On benzos, like your memory's like just gone. I've had people say like, why did you say that? Why did you do that? And I just have to agree with them, like, because I really don't. I don't remember doing this. I just I don't know. Methadone. Didn't like that either. I tried that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish they. I don't know. Drugs are drugs. I'm kind of over it. I mean, I know a lot of my subscribers and people, who watch my videos, are into it. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I was very curious too. It's just, after about damn near 30 years of, doing drugs on a fairly regular basis, with the exception of a couple years off here and there. It's like the appeal is kind of gone. It's not that I don't still enjoy it. It's just like, I'm one of those thrill seekers, right? But I'm not going to go cliff diving or stupid shit like that, right? No, I'll fucking do drugs because that is just as fucking adrenalating. I like to experience new things, right? Which is probably what brought me to Satanism. Is I kind of skirt the outskirts, and it's dangerous. Of course, it's dangerous. We know it's dangerous. Mr. Mackey says drugs bad. Okay, we know this, Mr. Mackey. But yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot for me to do anymore. It's like, what's next? I mean, like, nothing really. And if there is something new comes up, maybe I'll try it. But also as you get older, it's kind of like, not that I'm like, obviously I'm not really health conscious. I smoke, half a pack a day, and I have been for 30 years. But you start to get older, and you start to realize, okay, well, I'm not going to live forever. You start to see more wrinkles on your face, start to see some hairs going back a little bit. Like, oh, okay, wait a minute, I am going to get old and die. Shit, I thought I didn't have drugs to like embalm myself. I guess not. Well, you guys want to move because it's about an hour. I'm really trying to keep this under an hour because people won't watch it if they see it's fucking 45 minutes. Nobody's gonna watch that shit. Most people don't watch anything over 5 minutes, but live stream is a little different, and I'm not too worried about the views on it. I don't really care about that shit, but I just want to keep it under so people will actually follow the storyline because I'm also starting to get drunk. So I should probably get out of here. So I start babbling again, start saying shit, talking shit about Church of Satan and Satanic Temple and everybody. Yeah, let's see. I'll come over. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to drop you guys a link. You guys are welcome. It's a tiny chat room. Does anybody have a Google Hangouts? Because apparently it works better for people on Google Hangouts on your phone. Tiny chat works on your phone. I mean, I will have a Galaxy 9, but whatever. I mean, it works pretty much on most phones. Hangouts, apparently everybody likes better. Tiny chat is old. I'm just used to it because I'm old. And that's what my network came with, which is 10 years old. Okay, who's going to make a Google Hangouts? Fuck, you guys gonna make me do it? I don't even know. I don't remember how. Let's see. Okay, Google. Oh, okay. There's a Google Play app, so that's for your phone, I guess, if you want it on a PC, obviously. So, but do oh, dicks, really? Oh, it's a Chrome extension. Okay, so you have to be on Chrome, I guess, and you had to have the extension. You might not have to be on Chrome. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, here it comes. Wow, that was fucking fast. Okay. Wow. Okay, I just created Google Hangouts. Okay. That wasn't how it used to be like 8 years ago, but it is now. Cool. Okay, get started. Invite. Oh my god, that's weird. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna leave everything as default settings because I don't have time for that shit right now. All right, so okay, Buck, how do I set it up? How do I start it? Okay, I got to add somebody. Let's see. All right, somebody else do this shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Invites, hidden contacts. How do I get people on this fucking thing? New conversation. Okay. New group. There we go. New group. Enter name, email, or phone number. Somebody start it, and then we can start it, and then I'll link everybody. Yeah, Richard. I just don't know when. It's gonna be sometime in January, February. Ricardo, sorry. Well, hell, Satan. Before we go to the tiny chat room, fuck it. Just give me a second, man. I'll stay here, guys, because otherwise I won't know how to give you the link. I got the Google Hangouts. I need somebody's like email address. Somebody give me an email address because I need somebody to join me before to open the room because I don't have a link yet. Shit. See, I wish it would notify me when you guys type something so I could know when to look back, but I don't. So. All right. Okay, there you go. Casey, I got you. BLVK66. 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 Oops. Invite people. Here we go. Copy link. There we go. Okay, I got it, guess. Bam. God, it's been forever since I used that fucking thing. Here's the link. I guess this is what we'll be over here in this Google Hangout. You guys can all get on or text or cam up or mic up or whatever you want. Here's the link. Bam. There's link. Bam. Go. There it is. There it is. That's where we're going to be right there. I just dropped it right over there. Bam. Bam. So that'll end this, guys. I'll see you over there. I'm going to step out and have a smoke and take a piss, and then I'll be in there in a second. I'm in there right now, but I'll cam up so you know that I'm in there and that you're in the right room. Thanks for coming in, guys, and I'll do this next week. I'm going to try to do it on Fridays. I don't know which channel to do it on. Oh, there it goes.